Hello there everybody, and welcome to a world you probably don't really recognize. Basically, what happened was when I did the King of the Ladder video, someone asked for or suggested that a world tour would be a good idea of the world in which I had built it, and the friends I was playing on this server with last night said, yeah, that's a good idea. So, welcome to my university server, the LSBU server. This point here, as you can see just above, or just underneath the minimap, sorry, is 00. This is pretty much where we spawned in, and this is pretty much where everyone else spawns in. Now, a lot of the references in this world people won't understand because it is sort of in jokes with the university. So there we are. I've just gotten rid of my hotbar, and now we can have a look at things. So here is the member list. On the left here we have Nay Nomsky Burdett, we have Jamie JT 1990 Thomas, Magni Sir Magpie de Mello, myself, and Jack Adventus Chandler. And then we've got a bunch of items there that symbolise who we are, what we are, and all of that stuff. And there's some stuff to get going. Oh, I've got that in my inventory. Let's get rid of that. So I'm just going to kind of wander around a bit and show you what's what in the place, really. It's a big old place. So this is the LSBU green room, and I will explain this because on our course we all study drama, and basically we have a green room, which is just a place that we go and relax in. So that's what that room is right there, and it's got like glowstony bits on the top. Sometimes these turn off for some reason, like they just look a bit kind of, well, they don't emit light basically, which is a little bit odd. I'm actually going to shoot all the way over to here. We'll go this way round because actually, yeah, it will just be easier this way. So if we start right here, this is the LSBU station, which is now part of the London Underground. So in partnership with Transport for Minecraft and Quorn, other meat substitutes are available. So you can get your travel cards from this fella here. No thank you, I don't need one. And this one's closed. This is just kind of a waiting room. You can sit and you can watch the Flaming Greek Man or the Wither if you want to, for whatever reason. And then you just touch your Oyster card or travel card on the reader. Work, thank you. And then you're allowed out onto the platform where you can wait for a train. Kind of, still working on this. But anyway, we just get in our train here and off we go. I don't know how much of the underground is complete yet, but I think enough is complete so that we can go on a little journey to Jack's boat, because Jack has begun building a boat basically. So we're going to go over there and have a look at how he's doing, because I haven't actually seen it yet. Also, by the way, if you've got a cape, it tends to go a little bit funky in the minecarts. Like, as you can see, he's kind of having a bit of a fit there. Sometimes it gets even worse, especially when going around corners. It just kind of warps out all over the place. Maybe that's intentional, you know, symbolic of the wind rushing past, but it looks a bit goofy. Oh, well, you didn't get to see it go weird there, because the camera is now back in me for some reason. Oh, I'm wearing a skeleton head. I completely forgot about that. Let's take that off. Okay, so that's the minecart. I'll pick that up so we can get back. And this is the desert. You couldn't see this, but literally that whole area was an ice biome. I will fly back to show you what's going on, how ridiculous this spawn area is, and area in general. So here's Jack's boat. He's still working on it. As you can see, there's a giant hole in the bottom, so it would be useful if he kept on working on it. But this is it as is. It's like a anchor type thing. I didn't even see this last time. An anchor. That's pretty cool. So yeah, here's the boat. We just have a little float around here. Have a little look inside. It's got a waterfall, or at least I assume that's a waterfall and not a leak. Uh, it's looking good. I quite like it, actually. I would happily go on a cruise on this thing as soon as the hull was properly integralized. So yeah, there we go. Oh, look at that, like sun lounges and a bar type area. That's nice. This is all pretty darn awesome. So there we go. Oh, I heard a door open. Maybe are there like villagers wandering around in here? Sounds like it. Where are they? I don't know. There's a potential bunch of villagers just wandering around in here. Let's have a look. I think this is going to be like bedroom area once it's properly lit and everything and built. But yeah, that's Jack's boat, which is looking good. And there's like a nice little top balcony here. Very nice indeed. So yeah, I'm going to fly back now so you can see how stupid this ice biome is. Right? If I bring up the minimap, okay, this is as far zoomed out as it can go. There is literally ice in every direction for not even Minecraft miles, real miles. And we want to be heading kind of towards 0, 0, so let's head over this way a bit. But just look at it, there is nothing but snow and ice and everything. It's not even snowy forest, it is just snow. Except for that bit there, it's just like a bit of extreme hill's edge. But it is just snow and ice. I've flown straight past the world here, look. It's just snow and ice. There is no kind of... There are no trees that we haven't planted ourselves, basically. It's meant... This started off as a survival world, but we had to just make it creative because there was, like, literally nothing anywhere. You know, that desert there, you saw how far out we had to go on that to get to that desert. Where am I go? Okay, right, over here. Over here. Right, okay, here's the... No, that's not the train station. Where's the flaming... Okay, it's over here. Right. Okay. Once we get back to the station... Oh, there's a mountain we've begun hollowing out for nefarious purposes, but that's not complete yet. And just ignore that rail back there. That's a rail left over from a prank that didn't quite fly. So, yeah. I'll just show you the train station from the outside. Looks very nice indeed. This is my patented minecart storage system. Not really. Basically, it comes down here, drives over the detector rail, which activates as bud switch. No, what am I thinking of? T flip-flop, which flips the track and then sends the cart into here. And then when you use this one, it just goes straight back out again. Alternatively, if it's on a different way round, then it will spin round here, bounce off of that car, and then go into here, which is very convenient indeed. I'm just going to nudge that back on there. Okie dokie. So that is the train station and Jack's boat. Then if we follow the path further onwards, let me get rid of that again so we can see everything. We have the ladder sprint area, or King of the Ladder, or whatever you want to call it. Feel free to watch the tutorial video on the channel for how to build this and a bit more information on what's going on here. And let's follow the path even further, straight down the place. This is the way to the LSBU lighthouse. There's a strange scaffold up there and a flag, which is good. Chickens laying their eggs all over the place. And then as we come through the tunnel and round the corner, we have Jack's lighthouse, which is looking snazzy. And this leads down to his home. So if we just head down here, I might actually speed things up a bit. If I just give myself let's give ourselves a speed 2. That will keep things ticking over. Okay, and we'll fly straight down this tunnel here into Jack's home, which is looking very nice indeedy. Well, nice if you like this sort of thing. Lava everywhere. I now need a bucket of milk so I can slow down. Okay, So now we continue off into here. We have a music player with a record. Can I play? Let's play. Oh, more. That's nice. And there's his bed. If we head in through here, we have a kind of panic room type thing. If you saw the video I made for this as well, it's a door that you can close with a button and lock from the inside, as we can see. You just flip that and then we can get back out. And then there's all this, there's furnaces, ender chests here, and a buton to lead us through to here, which is chicken and zombie place. That zombie has a bone, which means he will be there forever. If we head down this way, ooh, what's in here? I don't know what's going to be down here. Oh, whoops, me apparently. Okay, so I think he's still working on that area. Let's just flip the button so we can get back out. And oh, we've seen that. If we head through here, I can never get this pressure plate to work properly, so I'm just going to chuck one of those on there so I can get in and out. And this is his nether portal room, complete with intruder trap type thing. A couple of prisoners are in a chat there. This guy is about to give a lecture or a sermon or something. And this is the nether portal, the only one on the server at the moment, and oh, he's not quite finished with it yet. But his intended method is for, as someone goes in, he can flip this lever, it locks the door, the floor drops, and then lava pours in. But he hasn't fully implemented that just yet. If we go through the portal, I don't think anything's been done in the nether. Oh, tell a lie. This is very nice. Let's anything going on around the back? We haven't done a whole lot in the nether, as you can see. You're on your own from here on out. Good luck. I see. And then there's equipment for everybody and stuff. Okay, so that's good to know. Hello, Mr. Pigman. And then that's our nether. Not a whole lot else going on in there. Oh, and I've gone the wrong way. Okay, fine. Let's just go this way. And then in and out. Oh, Jack, plug these holes up, would you? Okay. So then we go through there. We've been through there. Come up here. Grab that. We don't want that causing problems. Okay. What's going on there? I've broken your door, Jack. There we go. Okay. Accidental griefing. So, as you might be able to see on the minimap, there's a lot of lava, which is indeed part of this house, because if I just fly up here through this skylight, he won't mind, as long as I put it back. Oh, now it's snowing. Jack lives in a volcano. This isn't natural. We blew the hole in there with TNT and he filled it with lava to make his home. So there's that. And this is like a little... We don't know who put this here. I think this was Jack, but it's just a nice little kind of log cabin-y area. It's really good. I quite like it. In addition to that, is there anything else going on around here? There's that leads to there. Oh yeah, while we're here in the village, well, not in the village, in the forest here, we have this this house, which we've filled with villagers, and they've been in there for months now, but they're still doing okay. So that's the main thing. There's a tree there, an odd-shaped tree with things on it. What else do I need to address here? There's that. I think all the rest of the light over there is just caves that Jack's planning on using, or something or other. Okay, so with that all being done, let us continue to the food farm here. The food farm is a nice little construction where basically we have wheat and carrots and potatoes, which are all automatically harvested, and then you just have to go out and replant them. The only problem is, of course, we have the wheat that's under the ladders there will never grow, and also you're going to trample land at some point. So it's not fully optimized yet, but it's still not bad. So then you've got crafting tables and furnaces in the floor to do whatever. There's potatoes and carrots, and there's wheat and seeds over there, and then you just tread on that pressure plate there. That harvests everything. Whack this button for a hoe, and then you can go off and refarm the land and whatever else you want to do. So that's that. Down here we have the sewers, which haven't had a whole lot of work done to them, but that's what's there. This is still under construction, but basically this was the Glen Hotel, Casino and Restaurant, but that has since changed. Then there's this fella down here. This fella's really energetic. He just keeps on running around. He doesn't know what to do with himself. So yeah, I started building this for everyone as a kind of secret project, but it never really took off because, well, basically this was the casino, but I couldn't find enough games to put in there. That's why I had the casino video. So it has since become the Pork Pursuit Grand Prix, which hasn't been fully implemented yet either, but we're getting there. I haven't worked on this area for a while, but it's slowly but surely getting there. So that is that. Oh yeah, as you notice, clever implementation of command blocks there, so we can have a functioning elevator. And the restaurant and hotel have not been conceived yet. So that's there. That's just going to be like an entertainment centre when that's fully built. Next we have Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, or equivalent, complete with Hamlet's skull. And this is just what we have in here. Sorry, I've got an itchy ear. Had to move the mic a bit. There we go. So we can come in here and watch performances and stuff. This is a button that leads to the trapdoor there. That opens that up, and this bit of sand here is hooked to a piston. So that gets retracted, and then you can get a minecart and go skidding off this way. This is the prank that I mentioned a little while. Well, not really a prank, but the prank that I mentioned towards the start of the video, where you saw that bit of rail. Basically, what was going to happen was me and Magni were going to put on a show for Nay, and at some point the characters would fall down this trapdoor, and then as they fall down it, they just completely disappear. And we wanted to leave Nay sat in the auditorium like, what's going on? But as I say, we never got round to implementing that because Nay discovered the trapdoor led down to that kind of area. So never mind. She rumbled us on that one, but never mind. We'll be back. There aren't really a whole lot of pranks. There's no point on this server really, because it's just it's a creative world, you know. There's not really a lot of point. In here is the incinerator. So if you don't want anything, chuck it behind there. Whack the button. Off it goes. I think we aim to turn this into a survival world one day, maybe, but not now. So there's the green room again, and we shall stick to the paths because we don't want to trample the grass. Not that we can, but you know, it's the thought that counts. Here's just a little nice wheat farmy area sort of thing, with half slabs there just to make sure that the water doesn't freeze. Sorry, a tree farm thing of sorts. And under here we have some more crops and foody stuff. Up here used to be where we kept our governor towers, more on those later, and then it turned into the bat cage where we had a bunch of bats, but then it got kind of destroyed in a fire. So now it's just a place where we keep our to-do list and notice board. So we still have to build Nando's, police station, fire department, hospital, pig races, the tube, cinema and sports stadium, fairground, a neighbouring village, and I still need to build myself a permanent home because I'm the only one on the server who hasn't got one yet. And that concludes this little area. Next, well, we may as well go here, which is the animal production centre. Look at that, we've got chickens and eggs, we've got pigs, we've got sheep, we've got cows, and that's all there is to this room really. There's an upstairs storage area for items and stuff, and this is just a nice little park kind of area, you know, just to come and chill out in the lovely snow. This is something very special, because up here is a surprise! As we ascend the ladder, we have a nice little area with a billboard there, which is good. And this is the private pool, usable by everyone. What is this fella doing? How have you only just started burning? You numbnut. Right. So then if we come through here, we also have our jacuzzi hot tub type area. So that's just what it is. You know, you can relax in the pool while listening to the calming sounds of sheep going meh. And also, oh, didn't know there was a tunnel there. Also, there's this fella here. We found him just wandering on the roof, so we decided to capture him. And talking of capturing villagers, I forgot about this fella. This is Icarus 2.0 and his great glass elevator. The reason he's 2.0 is because the first Icarus fell off and died. So here's Icarus 2.0, just chilling. Where shall I take you next? I think I will. We'll carry on along this path for now, seeing as how we started this way. Up here, actually we'll come to there in a second. We have to come back this way. Here we have my Wendy house, which is kind of my permanent home, but not really. This was built for me after the Great Fire that destroyed my first house. My first house burnt down, so that's a shame. Then if we cross the bridge here, I'm very proud of this bridge, built it all myself, I like this bridge. We come over to the Broken Arrow Tavern and Public House. Oh, I am really happy with how this turned out. This is a really nice build. Thank you to Kiralis for uploading the video that I used to help me with this. It just looks really nice. And then I'll take you for a quick spin inside. We have this nice little hedgerow outside. It all remains lit at night. How about this? Nice little tavern down here, and this guy can serve us a drink. Thank you, mister. And then if we come up here, we have the bedrooms. He, of course, travels up here with us. And there are 4 bedrooms with like a chest and a bed and a chair. This one has a double bed. This one here has got the same thing without a chair. This one has something else entirely. And then if we climb this ladder here, we come up to the plebeian area, where basically if you haven't got enough money, you can just stay up here for the night. Not that there is any kind of currency on this server, but you know, it's the little details. So that's that. If we come over here, I should have welcomed you to the village. This is insert village name here. We haven't got a name for it yet. I'm currently working on the governor's house, although it is now completely filled with snow, but that's what that area was going to be. I think that's pretty much it for this. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that area. So we will now come here. This is our latest development. This hasn't been here for very long. This is the LSBU Zoo, now with 100% more 100% genuine Latin names. So if we come in here, we have the comments, complaints, suggestions and moral support man, the general inquiries man, we have the queue here for tickets people, and that is that. So oh, and come back anytime. Because I helped build this, I of course get free reign, so we're just going to have a little wander about here. We'll start on the underground section and then work our way up. So at the bottom, oh, that'll be a problem, Nay, if you see this, and before I tell you, we need a trapdoor thing above the roof there. Anyway, here we have the slime, or Bigus Blobus, which currently doesn't work. I need to work on that. So that's what would go in there. Next we have the spider, or Creepius crawlius, and the Infantus Creepius crawlius, otherwise known as baby spider, or cave spider, so they just live in there. As we ascend to the next level, we have the Bonio Homo, or skeleton. Here he is, look at that, just chilling. Next level up we have the Digestus cerebellus, or Digestus cerebellus, and these are your zombies. They're just chilling in their graves, which is cool. Next we have the Blowy Uppy Housey Homie. Here's one here, just admiring his plants. There's another one at the back there, having dinner. So that's what they're for. Then we have the foyer, and as we ascend, we come to the Derpius octopius. And there currently aren't any Derpius octopius in there, because when we built the aquarium we didn't know that squid despawn. So there we go. Next we have the Delicious with Chippus, or chickens, and they just, you can grab their eggs just about from there. Let's throw them there. So that's those guys, just having a bath there. This is the Porcus and the Beefus, or pigs and cows, although we only have one pig, but 2 cows, for whatever purpose that is. Can we move up to the next level? I think we can. Next we have the Snow Golem, or Mr. Frostilicus. They spend their time just milling about in there. It's all very cozy. Next up we have the Givus Bedus, or sheep, and they've got a nice little barn to live in there. All natural colours. And now we have the Attacus Givus Bedus, or wolf, and they're going to live in this nice little foresty tree place there. They're quite happy doing that. I think they're following the sheep through the floor, but whatever. Now we have the Jonius Grantius, or Iron Golem. Here he is in his nice industrial zone, looking very happy and fancy. Next level up we have the Attacus Blowy Uppy Housey Homie. Again, didn't realise ocelots despawned, so there are none of those in there. Next level up we have the Beefus Fungus, or mushroom. Very happy with how that room turned out. And finally we have the Batmanicus, or bat, but again they despawn and we didn't realise that. So there we go. And that is the LSBU Zoo! Da 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 da! It looks a bit derpy, but whatever. We're happy with it. That's how our uni works. This is the martini glass, for whatever purpose. We've got a martini glass of sorts, so that's that. Now we have the graveyard with the grave for my beautiful home. Summer, because of course it's always snowy. Every time Magni has fallen and died, 33. Someone wants to switch places. This guy may come back as a zombie. At night, the undead are said to walk this area. Let's see if we can make it night, actually. See if we get any. Oh, yeah, look, there we go, look. The undead walked again. What does he want? Don't know. It's dark down here. Rest in peace, the tea I made but never drank. Talking of which, there is a tea next to me that I haven't drank, whichever. So that's that. We can make it today again now. I don't much fancy doing a tour at night. Then that brings us back round this path and up to here, which is Magni's Cathedral and Catacombs and Clock Tower. So this is the House of Magpie, where he delivers his stirring religious speeches. It's quite nice. Quite like it in here. Through here we have a door which leads down to his little prep room and ergo catacombs. Let's just close that, or leave it open, whatever. Fair enough, right mouse button. Through here leads to the clock tower, or the old clock tower at least, because he did have a clock tower and then decided that he wanted a second clock tower to be taller than the first. So that's what he did basically. He kind of ripped down most of the first one and begun to build a second one, which I will now show you. So this is basically it. As we go up here, this bit here represents where the first clock tower was, and this bit here, this gold block here, is where it ended. Then he thought, no, I want it a bit taller, so he built it a bit taller. And here it is. Yeah, look, it even has its own lighting errors. That's how monumental this thing is. Although it has been revealed to us that the clock tower has been built wonky, so there's a bit of a tilt on it, I think, unless he's rebuilt and corrected that now. Let's go in here because he has a teleporter installed. Here we are. So that takes us straight up to the top floor. There is of course a spiral staircase currently under construction with an enchanting room, and the spiral staircase only... oh, does it go all the way to the bottom? Oh, I think it does go all the way to the bottom. Well, that's that anyway. As we come up here, we're into the actual clock room, and this room has got possibly one of the best bits of redstone I have ever seen. Okay, so if we just look up at this contraption, pull this lever, how brilliant is that? It starts off like that, you turn the lights on. Oh, look at that, I love it, it's so cool, there's so much going on, and yet it's still so sleek. Like, you turn all the lights on here and then all the pistons fly out, the bars come down and make a nice thing. It's just so cool. And then if we fly up here you can have a look at it. It's not even that complicated, but it's so fantastic. And then you've got these trapdoors for a bit of extra noise as well. It's just, I mean, props to Magni. You know, I mean, how to put it politely, not the best at redstone, you know. I think he wouldn't mind me admitting or saying that, but that is impressive. I would never have done that. That is really cool. I love how that turned out, and I am going to steal that. I'm going to learn how that works, and I'm going to start building that more regularly because I just love it. I think it's so fantastic. Well done, Magni. Well done. In here is the well, an observatory kind of thing, kind of flanked by Magni's huge tower now. But I mean, this was the first home when the world was survival. So I think it's just kind of kept here as an homage, however you want to say it, to all of that. Oh, I've missed some sections. We're going to head over back to the green room quickly and have another look around at some stuff. La da 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 da, green room. And then we get to here, which is Magni's Armory, which at the moment is severely understocked, but never mind. And this is Hotel McLaren, so named because one of the halls of residence we have at uni is called McLaren. So this is a place to live. You can just come and live here if you don't have a place to live. And then we have a rooftop smoking area. Not the wisest choice for a building made of wood, but whatever. You've got to include it, just in case. I mean, I think... well, no, Jack smokes, so he can go up there if he needs to. The watering hole and the fountain of youthiness. You just have a sip here. Feel better already. Down here is the panic rooms, in case nuclear fallout befalls our world, I guess. As we come down here, we have Nay and Magni's panic rooms. So if we just come in here, look at that, very nice. Got a cake and stuff just for when the world goes wrong or something. And then I think it's the same for their Vault 101. This is my one. I just fancied calling it Vault 101 just because, you know, why not? And down this corridor we have Jamie and Jack's room, and they're all the same pretty much. Those levers obviously controlling the redstone lights. And as we move up here, there we have another entrance to Magni's Cathedral. In here we have Nay's tent. This is where Nay lives, and it is modelled on the tent that the Weasleys stay in when they go and watch the Quidditch World Cup in the Harry Potter films. You've got a floating cake of wizardry there, and pumpkins, and just general clutteriness and kookiness. So that's there. Very nicely done on that. Then as we descend here into the forest, I don't know if you can hear that, but we've got a woodpecker, courtesy of Generic B. Generic B pranked Doc M one time on the Mindcrack server with like 37 woodpeckers, and I love the idea so much that I put one in our forest here, just because, you know, they're so cool. And I thought, hey, why not? Let's have a woodpecker here. Gives the place a bit of ambience. Down here, I don't know. This is just a room that oh, stuff has been done down here. Okay. Well, not a lot of stuff's been done down here, but stuff's been done down here. So that's cool. And this is the Spleef Arena. As you can see by the giant spades on the side and all that sort of stuff. We'll just have a fly around here, show you how fantastic this place is. And then we may as well go inside. For those of you who don't know what Spleef is, it's a somewhat of a PvP game where we'd go by the spectator entrance, because that way I can get in without having to go into survival mode to play the game. So we just come up here, and basically it's a game between 2 or more people, and they will start off in here in survival mode with a spade, thanks to command blocks, and then when the countdown is given, which I shall just activate now for demonstration purposes. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! They come out, and then the object is to just start digging the floor away from underneath your opponent. The reason it's survival is because the loser will fall in the lava and die. So that is how you play Spleef, basically, and we've got an arena here to help us choose our governor and activate the governing towers, which is also what we use King of the Ladder for. Again, more on the governing towers in just a second, actually. We're getting close to those. Before we do head off in that direction, I'm just going to fly out of the forest because I have missed a few areas. We have this area here. The reason I've missed this area is because there's no path leading to it yet. This is Nay's brewing and enchanting house section, whatever you want to call it. So you just follow the stairs up, and then you get to your enchanting room here, and you can do what you want. And if you carry on further up, you've got a brewing room. Of course, it's bring your own ingredients. And that's this room. If you look on the minimap, actually, it looks like there's a little creeper face on the roof here, even though it's just 5 bits of glowstone. I'll just head up there and show you. So, look, there's the 5 bits of glowstone there. And if I move out on the map, if I zoom in, look, just underneath the coordinates there, looks a little bit like a creeper face, more so when it's zoomed out. But that's that. Over here we have the LSBU sign, of course. You know, you need one of these. And this was also a place that I lived in, and then it became run down. All the spiderwebs have gone, which is nice, but the windows have been smashed, look, and there's monsters in here. And the bridge has burnt. This was going to be my storage room, but again it got overrun and dilapidated. So I don't have a whole heap of luck building houses on the server. Things seem to go wrong with them. Okay, so let's get back into the forest. Not that I know how. Okay, so that's that. And then we head off this way. And this is the Christmas tree, which obviously we'll take down in a couple of weeks, possibly. But people have presents under here. I've put presents under here, and Nay has put presents under here. No one is allowed to open their presents until Christmas. Everyone knows that. And I will know, guys, if you're watching this, I've made it clear, I will know if you open your present early. Okay? So don't do it. This is the ice skating arena. Last night we had Deadmau5 playing here. Deadmau5 has been playing here for quite a few months, and last night was his last night, so we've had to get a new DJ set in now. And tonight's DJ set will be provided by ABBA, which we're all thoroughly looking forward to. I'll show you this before we move on to that. This is the UFO. I built this in a week where Magni and Nay weren't about on the server, so they said, Nick, build something. So I built the UFO. We did have redstone set up so that a light would be travelling all the way around the outside, and it would be making a kind of whoop, 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 whoop noise as you approached it. But it lagged the server out, so while it was a good idea, it was ultimately not very practical, which is a shame. It does, however, have a tractor beam, though. Look at that, sucking some cows up. You can't quite see those yet. Let's make it noon. Look at that, it's just sucking up a couple of cows. And that is pretty much the whole server, apart from this final place here. This is the Governor's Residence, Construction and Landscaping by Nick Warding, i.e. me. So I made this river here that starts up at the top and then just kind of floats downwards and makes a nice little path all the way down. It's not ideal, but it's quite nice, and then it just kind of goes off here down some drains there. So let's do a quick tour of the Governor House. If we start on the inside here, nice little balcony and viewing area. Again, thank you to Corellis for the video on how to build a structure like this. It was really helpful. So you just kind of wander about in here. It's all very nice. We have a basement area, and there was a puzzle down here, but I seem to have gotten rid of the sign. The puzzle was basically, I keep all of my secrets locked in the corner of my mind, and then people just have to try and solve the puzzle. But there we go. No one could really. I think someone, I can't remember. And that basically leads down to a secret enchanting room and crafting and furnaces and stuff. And then further down we have a bit more of the basement, which I never got round to finishing because the house was cruelly taken away from me. Well, it wasn't. Basically, this house here, oh, and we got this button here so that we can conceal it again nice and secretly. This is a design built by Generic B, where basically the door is hidden in this corner here, and it's a minecart. It just goes up some detector rail there, and that's what activates it. So that's how that works. Yeah, I built this house with the intention to live in it, and then the plan changed, and this became what is now known as the Governor's Residence. And this is where the quote-unquote governor of the server lives for the however long until we elect a new governor. And that is what we use Spleef and King of the Ladder for. So they get this house to themselves, and basically I lost the house before I could do any more work on it. Then we have the governor attire, which is ridiculously overpowered beyond all forms of belief. But hey, you got oh yeah, look, we got a fire flower as well. So that's that. I will now take you outside and into the back garden here, where we have the governor's private pool with sun loungers and a jacuzzi. The irony was pointed out to me that we have sun loungers in a world that is perpetually icy and snowing, but whatever. So that's this area, and he has his own like private little garden here, which is nice. Came up with that design myself. And this is the Governor Towers. Basically, whoever is elected governor comes here in a ceremony and takes the previous governor down, and then re-elects the new governor. Just like that. Each person has their own lever, which puts up a different kind of ore, as you can see there. And that's basically it. Whoever's ore is up, whoever's lights are lit, is the governor for that week. I don't know if I can explain how these work. They're basic. These are basic piston extenders. If you do want a tutorial on them, then I guess I can come up with one. I built these using a tutorial, and the lights were just a happy accident. I put them there and saw that they lit up and was like, oh, that's cool. I will take that. So that's what they're there for, basically, just because they were a happy accident. So happy accidents do come true. Let me just flick that up. There we go. But that is pretty much the server. That is everything. So thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed this little world tour of the multiplayer server of the LSBU server. It's been fun. Who knows, we might do another one again in the future when a bit more progress is made. But yeah, have a look at the world map of sorts here. Thank you for watching, everyone. I will see you in the next video. I don't know what it'll be or when it'll be, but it will be something. Adios, amigos. Bonsoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Guten Tag. My sister's a hippie.